The fight against opioid abuse continues. The Association of People Against Lethal Drugs held rallies today across 35 different states. 9 on your side's Tasha Davis was at the Tucson rally and shares the stories of those who lost a loved one to fentanyl.
Please save our kids from this deadly weapon of mass destruction.
I lost my son on May 30th of 2020, Jacob. This is him.
Jacob used cocaine laced with fentanyl. Family found him unresponsive and he was pronounced dead at the hospital. He was 31 years old. James is Mary's son.
I lost my one and only son. He was 19 years old. I don't think he struggled for a very long time.
He died after using heroin laced with fentanyl. And Alex, Christy's son. He was a recovering heroin addict who stayed sober for 14 months.
And then he ran into one of his old buddies and he went right back out. He called me into his room saying, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe." And I went in his room and he was sitting on the side of the bed and he was gray because he wasn't getting any oxygen to his brain.
Christy called 911, but by the time police got there, Alex did not have a pulse. He was 27.
Let your kids know that that cocaine or that marijuana that they're using may have fentanyl and it'll be their last time to use it.
Along with these 3 mothers who lost their sons in the Tucson area, there are thousands of other lives lost and families affected by fentanyl across the nation.
We're trying to bring awareness because a lot of people don't know. Just like my son. My son had, I'm sure, no clue that this fentanyl was hidden in this drug.
Fentanyl and other synthetic opioids are the most common drugs involved in overdose deaths, according to the National Institute on Drug Abuse. And for people like Alex who wanted to get clean, his mother Christy says there needs to be better access to programs.
There's nothing they can do. They can't get off of it alone. And there needs to be stuff out there.
A lot of people want to change. They just don't have the tools or the people or the atmosphere to get that type of support.
Jaime co-leads a group called Water Walkers 520, comprised of men who've lived a rough life but persevered and want to give back.
We reach back to where we come from, and a lot of people just need to connect to a body. Every Thursday night from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. we do a men's group, food, daycare, all that stuff. Just show up and just try it out.
To learn more about the Association of People Against Lethal Drugs and Water Walkers 520, visit our website. Tasha Davis, KGUN 9, on your side.
A picture from the New Hampshire State Police Forensics Lab provides the bigger picture of just how deadly fentanyl is. Using an artificial sweetener, this picture shows a deadly dose of heroin compared to a deadly dose of fentanyl. The CDC says fentanyl is up to 50 times more powerful than heroin. Just 1/4 of a milligram can be deadly. Here in Pima County, the health department says 2020 holds the record for the most overdose deaths since tracking began. Data shows 446 people lost their lives to an overdose. 207 were fentanyl related. For comparison, there were 337 overdose deaths in 2019. The county says the largest spike in deaths happened between June and August. If you or someone you know is looking for treatment, here are some resources. You can call 1-800-622-HELP. This is a national hotline. It's free and available 24/7. Or you can visit substanceabuse.az.gov for prevention, treatment, and recovery resources. And as a reminder, you can drop off most unneeded or unused prescriptions at any sheriff